Okay, ready?
I'm always ready. Hi!
Hey!
Oh, not yet.
Hi, Dad. Welcome to the first episode of my podcast.
Hi, Mamie.
So today we're going to be talking about a reoccurring issue that I've noticed amongst my friends. Are you ready?
So ready.
Okay, so Dad, I've realized that a lot of my friends believe that whatever major they choose in college will directly affect their careers and their entire life path. So they're very anxious about it now because they think that whatever classes they choose and what extracurriculars they do will also affect what college they go to and what major they do. So what was your major in college?
Biology.
Why did you pick this major?
Why I pick it? It's a long story.
Do your best.
Okay. Back to our time, that was 80s, actually early 80s. At that time, people have a perception, say, oh, a man should be in
STEM,
science, right?
Yeah.
And those who pick literature, law, or business, those are girly stuff. Okay, that should be for girls. Pretty much like a peer pressure. So I went to the science part.
But you liked it a lot, right? Like, even though it was peer pressure, you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it very much because we always can attract a lot of girls from English department, French department, because we always bring the rabbits.
Anyway.
Having said that, seriously, I'm very interested in it. Of course, not the first 2 years, because first 2 years I spent most of the time doing something else, enjoying my life in college. But the third and fourth years, I not only spent a lot of efforts on getting the good grades, but also I spent 2 years in one of the medical school, Yangming Medical School. I spent 2 years in the lab, preparing, supporting the professor to conduct the experiment. And the result went well, so I published the paper in 1988, April 1988, the National Biomedical Conference. Okay, so if you Google my name, you still can find this paper. The subject was. Do you really feel like you know the subject?
No, that's not important.
Okay.
You can move on.
No, I still want to say it. Okay, the subject is about. I still remember it's about the feedback of TRH, TSH, and TX. For those who understand, thyroid release hormone, thyroid hormone, and thyroid hormone.
Wait. Why are you
Okay.
remembering it all now when you couldn't help me with my bio class last year?
Yeah, but this because this is the subject that I spend time with in the lab. Okay.
So
Yeah.
every day.
Every day
have
I
to
need to kill
dissect-
100 rats.
Every day?
Yeah, every day.
100 rats?
Yes.
Where do you put that body?
We eat it. No, I was kidding. Of course, we bury it. We burn it. No, because we only need the
campus?
anterior pituitary from the head, which is like that small, which is smaller than a piece of rice. Yeah, so that's that's my life in the lab, and I did quite well. I was encouraged to do a better job.
Wait, what were you planning on doing after graduating? Just continuing your lab life?
Right, because I think after these 2 years in lab, I believe at the time that I am, it's a right fit for me to pursue a career in a more advanced research life in the lab. After my 2 years military service, I went to one of the most
Prestigious?
prestigious academical institute in Taiwan. It's pretty much like a national research institution, kind of like that. So the original idea is, okay, getting to this institution and spend a year, and at the same time applying for school in the States, so that I'll keep pursuing a more advanced career in this field. Usually it takes like 7 to 10 years to finish the school
For
postdoc. Yeah. So that was the idea.
So what happened after you graduated?
Well, honestly, I still don't know how to explain it, but I tried very hard to get into that institution. But after 5 days, I decided to quit. Look at the professor in the lab, right? That I follow, because he just came back from the States. He has spent 10 years, okay, and he earned his postdoc, and he came back and working in the lab. And I look at him, I say, yeah, this could be me 10 years later.
Yeah.
And the question that I asked myself was, do I really feel like to be a person like this? Because I look at him and he said, yeah, this is it, right? One thought went into my head is that I'm so young and the world is so big. If I am not committed to be a person like him, I should give myself a chance to explore. So I walk out. My department head was very unhappy. She said, "Oh, I tried so hard to believe you that you are so committed in this career, and then after even only 5 days, you decided to quit." And I explained all this to her. I said, "Oh, the world is so big, and I'm so young, and this and that." She said, "Yeah, okay, fine, I understand. Just go and try." So that was July 1990. That was on that day. That was so hot. You know, sometimes the summer in Taiwan can be like 38 degrees. But I feel so cold walking in the sun that day, because it sounds like a brave decision. You know, walk out of something that I'm so committed to for 6 years. Okay. And I know, I can say that I know what I didn't want at that moment. What I didn't want is to become a person like the professor. But I don't know, at the time, I didn't know what I want.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the most, I would say, one of the most vulnerable moment in my life. Okay, not knowing what I want, but just knowing what I don't want. Okay. And of course, I started to take some lessons, to take accounting, some finance, because to me at the time I had a vague idea. Oh, maybe instead of I should at least understand business. So I have start taking some credits from TK University. And at the same time, start applying for jobs. And my first job was P&G. Okay, you know the company, Procter & Gamble?
No.
Never heard? Procter & Gamble is one of the largest home product company, right? You know the brand called Head and Shoulders, Pampers.
Yeah.
Okay, I was sales of Procter & Gamble at the time. That was my first job. And my second job was IBM. So I joined IBM for a marketing representative for airline industry.
So eventually you went to America for graduate school, Pittsburgh, to be specific. And you stayed there.
How do you know that?
And you stayed there for how many years?
Yeah, I decided after working for IBM for 3 years, I have earned enough money to support me to go to US. So I applied MBA in Pittsburgh. For those who don't know Pittsburgh, maybe you have the perception that Pittsburgh is an iron city. Actually, Pittsburgh is a very beautiful city with lots of water activities
You said you
in
didn't
the
like
summer.
it there.
No, I love it very much.
Okay.
它这个会后
My
后
mother
置的。
wants to say hi.
Okay, the point is, so I went to study, and because also at the time it was a very common perception that if you want to pursue a career advancement, you
have
need
to
to
go.
have an MBA degree,
Yeah.
right? So I went to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh at that time, yeah, allow me to say it properly. At the time, it was number 17 in the world.
That college
Yeah,
in the whole world for business or for in general?
for business, the business school was
In the whole
number,
world?
In the States, in the whole world. Wow, how to judge it? In the
No,
okay, in the States then.
I'll cut this out.
No. Do keep it, and Google it. Google it right now.
Wait, what was your school?
Katz, K-A-T-Z.
K-A-T-Z. K-A-T-Z. What?
Business school.
Business.
What is the ranking? You can Google it. What is the ranking of K's business school?
It's ranked number 39
Really?
in best business schools.
39 now.
Yeah.
Oh, so after I left, it dropped from 17 to 39.
Because you left.
Yeah, because
because
me.
you left.
No, because I joined. Okay, joke aside. When I apply MBA, I actually applied the sub-major MIS,
What's that?
Management Information System. But in the middle of the semester, I decided to change my sub-major from Management Information System to Marketing. Okay, still under
Because?
MBA,
Just for fun.
but change not just for fun.
And one day you were drunk and you're like, why not marketing?
Marketing sounds better.
No, actually.
No, actually, after taking a few credits of MIS, I also like
bored
the
of it.
moment of truth. Again.
I don't wanna
I
become
don't.
like
yeah,
this.
it's like okay, I know what I didn't want. Okay.
To become like this professor.
Right.
Again.
Yeah. Of course, at the same time, I have taken a few marketing credits as well.
And you were like, this professor is cool.
Aside from the professor, I think that, oh my God, I perform better. Okay, because in those marketing classes, I actually see myself there. I said, this is it, right? And so I had gained a degree of MBA, focus on marketing, like that. MBA is like this. MBA, when you finish half of your school, and then you start interview by companies. Half year before I graduate, I got a job from Johnson & Johnson and also Citibank. So I came back, and then so I start working in Citibank. Okay, do I look banker to you?
No.
Okay, why? Yeah, I don't think so either. Anyway, after 5 days, no, this time even shorter, this time 4 days. After 4 days in Citibank, I decided to quit. I said, oh no, this is so not me, right? And after I quit, of course, I went back to IBM because my boss said, Bernie, now you came back, why don't you just rejoin IBM? But what stopped me was, if I rejoin, so what's the point of
Going to America and all that.
Yeah. So I feel a bit hesitant. But life is like this. On that day, in the IBM building, I met somebody. I met a lady. When I went out of the restroom, too much detail, sorry. And then she was there. She said, oh, hey, young boy, you came back from the States? I said, yeah. So what are you doing now? I said, nothing. She said, what was your major? I said, marketing. And she said, you know what? I am working for a alcoholic beverage company as a secretary. And I heard that the marketing department is hiring. Why don't you pass me your resume? At the time, there's no electronic, there's a piece of paper, right? Why don't you pass me your resume so that I can pass it to the HR department? That moment is the beginning of my
Career.
26 years of career
beverage.
in alcoholic beverage industry.
Oh my god! So you went from a bio major to working in the lab to selling shampoo to selling computers, and then you switched to a marketing major in America, and now you've been working in the alcoholic beverage industry for 26 years, and now you're here. So, was it worth it? You spent 6 years doing bio, but then your career had nothing to do with bio. So, do you regret spending all that time in the lab, or do you still think it was a very valuable experience?
Yeah, well, all we have experience in life: biology major, 2 years in the physiology lab, military service, 5 days in the institution, or with the shampoo company, etc. I think these are all building blocks of who I am now. Okay, so to your question, I don't feel regret. On the contrary, I feel happy that I have something that is so unique, because I really enjoy all these things that I have learned, that I have done. But I don't look at it from a practical point of view. Say, oh, whether this bio major, whether those things that I have learned is meaningful to my career. I think the key is I enjoyed it, and it helped me to know who I am and what I really enjoy.
So, after experiencing all that, switching your entire career path, do you believe that your entire career path will depend on what major you choose as a freshman?
Okay, well, very good question, and that's exactly what I feel like to share with you. My conversation with Austin. When
Austin is my brother.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that's a common knowledge.
Yeah, because he's so popular.
Yeah. It was when Austin told me the major he would like to pursue. My recommendation was go for it. Okay?
What was it?
Don't think too much. Don't overthink. No, I shouldn't say don't think too much like it's a random decision. Okay, don't overthink. If you at this moment you believe that this is the major that you want to pursue, go for it. But my only advice or reminder is do not be afraid to change. Instead of feeling regret at the age of 35, say, oh, this is really not what I want. Maybe you will change your major in the university. Okay, try to learn as much as possible in the first year or the first 2 years. Absorb as much as possible, right? Maybe you feel like to stick with it, the original major. Maybe you feel like to have a sub-major. But don't be afraid to change. But really spend time on knowing who you are, okay, by exploring all these opportunities available to you. You can say thank you.
All right.
你可以问我
So I actually have a genuine question
Okay.
that I just thought of.
Okay.
Like, why did you...
Why you call this question a genuine question?
Shut
You don't
Not
classify a
classification.
question a genuine question.
No.
There's no genuine
Stop!
Okay. What is your genuine question?
Like,
So genuine.
Why did you get those jobs after you quit, like at IBM and the shampoo place? If you didn't
Why you call it a shampoo place?
Why did you get like those jobs if you didn't have any credentials or any experience in that field when you were originally like a bio person?
Okay. First of all, that was entry level job. I'm not talking about experience hire, right? It's an entry level job. And secondly, it was a salesperson. So
basically, your point is your jobs are pretty simple.
Not to say simple, but my job is entry level salesperson.
You didn't need much experience, do you?
No, yeah, you don't. It doesn't require an experienced person to do this.
So that's
Okay.
why you got the
Yeah, but IBM is quite different. IBM, I also have zero knowledge of computer, right? As you know, my my background, I have zero knowledge. But IBM at the time offered me 4 months in Singapore.
And you wanted that.
No,
You didn't want
that wasn't the point. 4 months in Singapore to train me the basic computer knowledge.
Did you go?
Of course, I spent 4 months in Singapore.
I didn't know that.
You know not much about
Okay,
me.
anyway, the point is.
So the question is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, moving on. So, to my friends that have made it this far, the ones who think that their entire career path in life will depend on what major they choose, as we can see from my dad's very insightful speech today, it's never too late to change your career and your major, and you should never be afraid of changing it. As he said, it's better to change it when you can than regret your choice many years down the line. And number 2, everything you've experienced is valuable to who you've become, and all those experiences are building blocks to you as a person.
人生没有白走的路。
人生没有白走的路, which basically means that nothing you do is wasting time necessarily. It's all happening for a reason, and it'll all be memorable when you're like old.
Every step counts.
Every step counts. All right, Dad, that's it. Thank you for being on this podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.